I can sum up this game in one sentence if you'd like, just to save you the trouble of having to sit through this unnecessarily overly drawn out video. Playing Kingdoms of Amalur is basically the same as completing a to-do list, or perhaps finding everything in a supermarket that is on your shopping list. You get given super freight loads of quests to do, all of which will never seem significant in any way, nor is any of it memorable, though not being bad at the same time, and then you complete the game. That's really all there is here, so for those of you who are f***ing off now that I've summed up this game so early on, then cheers for watching, and stay tuned for more videos on the way. As for the rest of you, then let's get at it then, though I doubt there's anything new I can tell you now. I'll flesh it out a bit, but by the end of this video, I'm basically going to repeat that first part and see if anyone notices. Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning is... well, first of all, it's hinting at a series, and seeing as I've never heard of this franchise before, I presume that because it has the Reckoning subtitle to it, then we must be several games into the series here. But guess what? This is actually the first, and only, as of when this video is released, entry into the series. I might even be presuming that it's going to be a series and not just a one-off, though I'd rather not play any other Kingdoms games if they ever come out. It's a fantasy RPG filled with magic, elves, dwarves, and many other fantasy races that are so common nowadays that they might all as well be racial stereotypes by now. It's a third-person RPG and you can customise your character and select from between 3 different classes, such as Warrior, Mage and Rogue, the holy trinity of fantasy RPGs. And the combat is a bit hack and slashy too. I went for someone who's the complete opposite of me. An attractive female warrior with tattoos that makes her look like she's got jizz on her face, as opposed to an average dude with no jizz on his face. Though this did mean that I couldn't take the rest of the game seriously, because every time I saw my character's face, it reminded me that she's still yet to wipe the jizz off. Now I've been told on good authority, and by good authority I mean a mate, that this game is very similar to that of Fable. So despite the fact that I've never set foot in the Fable universe before, I'm still going to draw those references in the hopes that I get at least some of it right. At the start of the game you're dead. Oh, shit. So basically the character I'll be playing as is such a loser that he or she died before the game even started. F***ing brilliant. But then, thanks to plot convenience, yes, my old rival is at it again, you miraculously come back to life thanks to the Well of Souls, which might as well have been a child's wish at this point, and now you're outside of fate's laws and can actually go around doing whatever you like. Unfortunately though, not having a fixed fate somehow gives everyone else in this game license to dump all of their problems onto you, because they are way too busy standing around looking nonchalant. The main character is seriously a mug. In one case near the beginning, a dude asked me to help him find a potion for an elf that's dying. Oh, but of course he wasn't going to do anything. Hi, I need you to find a greater health potion for this elf. I would do it myself, but I'm trying to get into her pants. Oh, and while you're at it, would you mind picking me up some bread and milk from the shop? Cheers! Actually, now that I think of it, the entire side mission got dragged out so much more than it needed to be, and for no reason at all. I found another elf who wouldn't help me, but told me that I needed a certain potion which I could either make myself, well I can't because I don't have the skills, or I can just buy one. So I went to the store and the shop owner said that she wouldn't give me one. Instead she gave me a mission to go and find an item that was stolen from her. So I went off and eventually found a bandit's lair, or it might have been a Red Legion camp, I can't quite remember. Killed all of them and nicked their shit, went back to her and returned the item. She was happy and gave me some gold for it. Which wasn't what I asked for in the first place. I wanted the potion. Come on girl, this bitch is ODing on me. So I asked her again for the potion, and she pretty much told me to fuck off because this isn't a charity. This reminds me of buying houses in Oblivion, where it'd make me laugh when one of the counts was grateful to me for closing the Oblivion gate outside and effectively saving the town, but just didn't trust me enough to sell me a house, and here I'm presented with that same shit all over again. Thinking back on it now, I should have just killed her there and then, taken back the item that I got from her, and taken the potion out of principle. So in the end I had to buy one, which cost me more gold than the gold that she gave me for the mission. And even when I brought it back to the dying elf, the dude who gave me the mission went, "Thanks. This potion won't work though." Excuse me? I went through all of that and it turns out that the mission that you gave me wasn't going to work. You know what? Fuck it. I'm killing her now too, just to put her out of her misery. At the start of the game, you get to customise your character, much like in Fable. There's also 4 races to choose from: human, Nord, blue elf or green elf, like in Fable. And in classic RPG style, in which you start the game in either a prison or a cave, you start in the Well of Souls. Basically a cave. You team up with a load of dwarves, like in Fable, and then you're off on the main mission, which disappears as soon as you leave the cave. I'm not shitting you here. I seriously can't remember what I'm supposed to do. I left the cave and was told that I'm not chained down by fate, so I have to go visit this dude for some reason. But then when I met him, he was all like, "Go visit this other dude. Oh, sorry, we're being attacked, I'll talk to you later." And then that later never happened. I just remember getting to the first town and got loaded with side missions, because they're all so damn Moorish. Seriously, you can't move for a side mission in this game. For every 1 side mission you complete, you'll pick up 4. I am dead f***ing serious. And though each mission isn't bad, it's also damn generic. I've lost my book, so go to this cave and get it. Some bandits are being naughty, so go clear them out. A bear is giving that village grief, so go and kill it. And all of these missions just turn into chores. Repetitive and mundane chores. Also, I checked my journal, and the main mission is just blurred in with the countless side missions I've got going on. So my only hopes now is just do everything, as the game intends, I suppose. The other thing that this game has taken from Fable is the combat system. Again, just guessing here if it does. The combat in a way reminds me of Dark Souls a bit, with its // roll-away tactics, though you can easily swap between 2 weapons, so I went for a long sword and long bow combo, though I did have a shield equipped, which didn't appear at first to my confusion, but then I realised that you needed to hit a certain button for the shield to appear. But check this out. Where the fuck did that shield come from? From the black hole that is the player's inventory? Oh, I wondered what that was was in my pocket, digging into my leg. A tower shield. I forgot that I'd put it there. I couldn't see it as it was underneath that fully erect tent that was also in my pocket. No, that wasn't an innuendo. I have to say though, the combat is easily the best part of this game. Seeing your attacks hit your enemy feels good. They connect well, and you feel like you're actually hurting them, and not simply lowering some hit points. Having said that, the combat is incredibly easy, and almost all of your hits will stagger your opponents, meaning that they won't fight back, making combat very one-sided. So I'd recommend playing this game on a harder difficulty. Even the larger boss fights were a cinch, when the never-fail method of flailing at their cankles for several seconds before rolling away like the crafty tosser that you are gets you a guaranteed victory. Another thing that's similar to Fable is that this game is huge. Seriously, it is huge! There's so much time you can spend in this game just getting stuff done. It's just a shame that all of the actual content is so mundane. Also, what the fuck is an Amalur? It sounds like someone just made up some random noise and decided to pass that off as a word. Or perhaps someone was gargling water after brushing their teeth. It's not bad, and I can't stress that enough. This game isn't bad at all, but I was looking for something, well, not the next best thing, but something that I'd remember and could say, hey, if you like fantasy RPGs, then Kingdoms of Nigel Thornberry is smashing. It's basically a watered down, not good version of Fable, if that joke hasn't gotten old yet. In conclusion, playing Kingdoms of is basically the same as completing a to-do list, or perhaps finding everything in a supermarket that is on your shopping list. You get given super freighter loads of quests to do, all of which will never seem significant in any way, nor is any of it memorable, and by this point I reckon you'll all have realised that I was just repeating the intro, so I am out of here.